All right, I am live. Welcome to my channel, Inviting Possibilities. My name is Rochelle, and I am here to do a reading for water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and Sun, Moon, Rising, or North Node, or anybody else who happens to come across this video. If the title brought you in, then there's something in here for you. And my readings are timeless. So whenever you catch this is the right time for you. I have, I have chosen 3 cards from Wisdom of the Oracle, and then I will clarify with some other decks. And I want to continue with letting the universe choose a song. So let's find out. I forgot to do this. So let's find out what your song is. Oh, hang on. Here we go. Okay. Your song title is We Used to Be Friends, which kind of lines up with the cards that I pulled. Because we start with building blocks. And this is assessing where you need to rebuild in your life. It's a rebuilding. It's rebuilding on a more solid foundation. Letting whatever wasn't working for you crumble. And the next card is Not For You in the protection position, which essentially speaks of obsession, obsessing over somebody or something that whatever this relationship was not built on a solid foundation, whether it's friends, romantic, a job, whatever your situation is. And for a time, you were holding on to it for various reasons, whatever that was. And I think that you're coming to this time, because I said you're assessing, you are coming to the point where you're realizing that it's time to walk away, that it's time to be very clear about what red flags you've been seeing or facing, the red flags that have been slapping you in the face and you've been ignoring. And it's a card of radical surrender and release. And then we have exchanging gifts. And this is, one of the meanings of this card is determining value and weighing the cost of what you give versus what someone else is giving in return. Are you receiving is there an equal exchange? And I think that whatever this situation is that you are preparing to release, in the process of realizing you need to release, there was not an equal exchange. That most likely you were giving way more than you were receiving, and it was imbalanced. And this is why you're assessing and realizing that it's time to move towards people who do provide value, who do give you as much as you give. That there is an equal exchange. That's where the balance comes in, and that's how you build. That's building on a solid foundation where wherever you were at before was not solid. So let's clarify with the good tarot. We used to be friends. You're letting go of whoever has not been your friend. You're like, okay, I see clearly now. It's not easy to release people, when you love them, they fulfilled something in your life. You possibly have some amount of identity tied up around that relationship. But in the end, it comes back to you and realizing what you deserve. which is you deserve, you are valuable. You are worth everything that you put out into the world. And it's so great. It's so great that you're seeing that. Yeah, the Four of Earth. But one of the meanings of this card is ownership. And I think it's owning your value. And that's what's helping you to build on this new foundation. And that's another meaning of this card as well, is building on a solid foundation. So there's definitely, you're in this time of rebuilding. In a very physical sense, you could be, whatever you're walking away from, whatever you're releasing, you could be physically leaving a situation, leaving a marriage, leaving home. Like, if you've been living with your parents and you're like, okay, this isn't working for me anymore. I need to get my own place. Roommate situation, whatever it is, leaving a job, knowing that you want to go to a place where you're valued. Six of Water. I mean, this is a card of nostalgia. Thinking about the good times. This is, there's going to be grief around this walking away. That and I do not mean to laugh at you, laugh at the situation. I can kind of relate, and that's where the giggles come from. But ultimately, feeling sad, feeling like you need to process your emotions around this, but you're doing it, knowing it's the best thing for you. And Seven of Earth. I mean, this is a card of being at a crossroads, needing to make a decision, and deciding very definitively that you're not going to continue with where you've been, that you're going to move forward in a new way, with new people, new attitudes and ideas. And my cats are big old rascals. All right. Yeah, because you want to move towards people who support and encourage you, who provide the value that you give. And you give a lot. Water signs typically want to give all of themselves. And it's not always returned. Okay, so let's look at the Oracle Tarot. Pause and observation. Taking the time to assess, as I said, so that you can rebuild. This can sometimes be about being up in your head, feeling a little bit stressed, kind of my cat is pulling the sink strainer out of the sink. I don't know. Okay. Yeah. Taking the time to consider where you've been, where you want to go. Potentially, because that's the Nine of Wands. The Ten of Wands is a cycle completing, and the Nine of Wands could be you being like, okay, I need to know. I know I need to let this go. I know that I need to move on. And you're really contemplating that. Maybe not quite ready, but getting there. Yeah, because you're ready for change in your life. You want to release that past. Those whatever you've dealt with in the past. And yes, there is some grief involved in that. There is some sadness, but more than the sadness is your understanding that you want to move forward passionately, that you know where you want to go, and it is not where you have been. You're ready for change. You're ready to receive equal value for your efforts. And put down your burden. There's your 10. We went from the 9 to the 10. Yes. Yep. Letting the cycle close out, being done. You're like, I'm done carrying this burden. I've thought about it. I've done the work to release it. Walking away in favor of something that's so much more nurturing and supportive. That's so funny. All right, let's look at Osho Zen Tarot. New vision. Yep. You were this figure down here on your hands and knees, feeling beaten down. This figure was carrying a considerable burden just from being in that situation. And this is you rising up. You're like, I come first. And as you move forward, as you release the past, as you do this work, the shadow work, and you start to see your value, you're like, oh my God, yes. It's there's this momentum, and you're stepping into your power. Oh, interesting. This figure actually looks like, see, there's this box here that it's actually stepping out of. You might have been feeling like you were being put in a box by the person, the situation, whoever you were dealing with, whatever you were dealing with. It was keeping you confined. It was keeping you down. And you're like, this is a whole new you. Understanding what you're actually worth. This is, oh wow, this is amazing. Intensity. These two cards. Let's try that again. These two cards are very similar. Look at that. They're both moving forward. They're both leaning forward. The colors are very similar. Moving into the light, moving towards your destiny, which is to ultimately be happy. You haven't been happy. Moving towards people and situations that where you feel appreciated. I mean, it's such a simple thing, and yet it's so big. It's so profound. And you're just like, yep, I'm going for it. Woo-hoo, this is amazing. I love this. No-thingness. You're moving into the unknown, and you are so excited about it. You're just like, I don't know what's to come, but I know it's better than where I've been. And this is the place where possibilities exist. Infinite possibilities. This is you being in that place of inviting possibilities. You know, anytime we're faced with being at a crossroads where we're taking a new path, we don't know what we're going to encounter, but you are certain that it's not going to be as heavy as where you were. Whew. This is so good. I love this reading. I have some water in my chart. I'm claiming this. Yes, I am. Okay, so I'm going to go to Wisdom of Avalon. The serpent, knowledge and healing. Mm-hmm. You're gaining the knowledge of what you need to, the steps you need to take to move forward, what you need to do. And a part of that is healing. Healing those old wounds, healing that, probably that wounded child inside that was continually attracted to the wrong type of people, the wrong types of situations. And you're healing that wound and claiming your worth, your value. There's so much in here about just you are waking up to your worth. I love this. Power and strength. Yes. Yes. Look at all the power and strength in this card. And in this card, these fall on the same pile. Yep. Stepping into your power and strength. I don't need to say more. Becoming formidable. You know, this dragons are quite formidable. And also magical. Owning that there's something so special and unique about you. And that magical piece will probably come up. The stag, pride and leadership. Yeah. Becoming proud of who you are. Proud of what you bring to the table, the value that you bring. And just by doing that, just by showing up in this whole new way, it puts you into this place of being a leader. Because now, at this point, you're being an example for others. A lot of people could use help in this department with learning how to own their worth, to stand up for what they know they deserve. Let's go with the rune cards. What do the rune cards have to say about this? Movement. Yeah, this is moving out of the storm. Again, we have these colors. You know, the ship is it's very much it's moving forward with passion, intensity, purpose. Knowing that you're doing exactly what you need to do, that this movement is going to take you to the clear skies, the calmer waters. Flow. Gaining balance within yourself, learning to flow with whatever you're faced with, whatever situation you're faced with. A flow within yourself. I mean, we have this, there's some kind of flower blooming here. Just beginning to bloom, I feel. I don't know. Ultimately, being in the flow of your life. There is an element of magic to being in the flow, to being like the water, and surrendering, that radical surrender and release. And initiation. This bird, I don't know what kind of bird it is. Maybe you can tell me. Tell me in the comments. But ultimately, this bird is up above everything and can see the bigger picture, can see a long ways off. And birds have really good eyesight. even though this is you up above, you can still see down to the smaller details. But with this knowledge, with this having this bigger picture, this is what allows you to release whoever and whatever wasn't providing value so that you can move forward to who and or what does. Initiated into this new phase in your life. Potentially where you're tapping in. I keep coming back to this feeling of there's magic in this situation, that you are tapping in to your inner most authentic part of yourself. Hi, Darlene Lisa. Yay. Thank you for being here. You might have water signs in other placements. I don't know if you know your chart, but either way, I appreciate you being here. And it is my intention that there is something in here for everyone. So, this is an amazing reading. This could be, I intend that this is for anyone who comes across it. Because, we all deserve to get what we value. No water. Still could be for you. But thank you. Thank you for being here. Yeah, it's seeing the bigger picture, knowing what you deserve. Flying away from what doesn't serve. It's good for everyone. Where are we at? Let me look at the Spirit Animal Oracle. Brown bear spirit, take time out. Through this process, it takes time to rebuild. And taking time out, taking time to rest, to care for yourself is crucial in learning how to value yourself, how to put yourself first, to see your worth. Thank you, darling. I really appreciate it. Yeah, you're learning to see your worth in a major way. This is a fundamental change within you. Rhino spirit, overcome any obstacle. Yep. Yep, because you've got that intensity. Hi, Anshu, welcome. Yeah, you've got this purpose, this intensity, this willingness to move forward no matter what. Whatever obstacles you're facing, you can handle it, and it's going to be way better than what you're leaving behind. Yay. I'm glad this is what you've been needing to hear. Me too. Wasp spirit. Sometimes life stings. And this could speak to some of the obstacles that you encounter. That I am not doing personal readings right now. This is a reading for water signs, or anybody else who happens to come across it. So there could be something in here for you. But thank you. Thank you for being here. Sometimes life stings, and you are very familiar with what that feels like, that stinging pain. And because you've been through it, you're like, well, I've gotten through it before. I know I can get through anything. I know that I can overcome any obstacle. Yes, it stings a little bit, but you heal. You learn something. We learn something from every situation that we encounter. And so nothing is a waste. You either learn or you grow. Sometimes both. So anyway, yeah, this is beautiful. I so love this reading. And absolutely, it could be for anyone. Claim your worth, see your value, release whatever, wherever, whatever, whoever was not valuing you, and rebuild, because it's going to put you on this whole new path that is full of possibilities. Ooh, that'd be cool. Yeah, you could totally mod for me. I would love that. Thank you. I need to figure out how that works. I'm going to sign off for now, but can you shoot me an email? My email is down in the description box, and we'll talk more about that. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay, so that's that. What an amazing reading, and thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate you, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and tomorrow, wherever you are in the world, and I will see you on the next video. And if you haven't already, like and subscribe.